Hi, I'm Julia Shepard, and I've been reading one of the great books. I have been reading God Without Measure Volume 1, Working Papers in Christian Theology by John Webster, and have been reading The Place of the Doctrine of Justification. And this piece blew me away, both the first time that I read it and then when we unpacked it in class. I had never understood the doctrine of personal justification as both the heart of Christianity, but so much deeper than that because it flows from the inner workings of the triune God, and the fact that my justification and my salvation is rooted not in my own acts, but in the perfection and the aseity of God is beyond astounding. And I can rejoice in that, knowing that He has worked through Christ, his Son, through the Spirit to bring my salvation and my justification to fulfillment. And so it is a joy to know that I can read that and know that because of his life within himself in the Trinity, my justification is secure. It has been a joy to be able to read Webster through 3 semesters of doctrine alongside the scriptures and know that what is in the scriptures is being exegeted and spoken about by John Webster in a very beautiful and accessible way. And knowing that we have the opportunity to read exegesis of scripture alongside the word is so encouraging. I have enjoyed reading Webster, and specifically this writing by him alongside scripture, in reading the words of scripture and then knowing that the characteristics of the doctrine of God are thus and are true, and that makes scripture all the more enjoyable to read. It has been a joy to study at Bethlehem, knowing that both these 4 years have been formative, but that they will shape the rest of my life. Knowing that reading John Webster, reading the great books, has opened my eyes to who God is, who he says he is in his word, who he says he is in his world, and that will not only shape me in this next year, but in years to come as I minister to my church, as I relate to my fellow classmates, as I hopefully start a family, and as I look down the years, knowing that God has been faithful through reading the great books in light of the greatest book, and that I can see that as a lifelong learner and desire to do that.